Now that we know how to work with Leaflet in our application, I want to be able to grab the location that I selected on the map and put that information in the form group. So let's do that. First, I need an event that will fire in my map component that will notify the parent component that a location has been selected. So for that we need an output in our map component. So let's go to Visual Studio Code, and in here we are going to put that output that will have an event emitter, though we need to think what are we going to send, what kind of data type are we going to use. We're going to create a new interface for that, a coordinate interface. So let's open this, let me go to map, right click here, new file, and I will say coordinate.ts, and in here I will export an interface which will be coordinates. I will also say map, coordinates map. So let me say latitude, which is going to be a number, and also longitude, which is also going to be a number. And now let's come here and let's create that output. And I will say unselected location, and it will be equal to new event emitter. And the type is going to be coordinates map. Now I can come here to the handle map click, and I will say this unselected location emit, and I will put here my latitude and longitude, and that's it. Now I can take this copy and I will go to my form, to my movie theaters form in here, and I will say here unselected location, and I will say event here. I'll copy this and let me go to the class of this component. In here, it can be here, and I will say coordinates, which is going to be of type coordinates map. Then I need to put this information into my form group. So I will say comma here, longitude, and this will have actually this same configuration because I want to make it require. So I will just copy and paste this, and I will repeat this one more time, but this time for latitude. Let me remove this comma from here, and now I can say this form patch value, and I will pass the coordinates. And now we're ready for our first test. Let's confirm that in create movie theater we have a console log here, which we have. So let's save everything and let's come here, and I will write something like some bill, and I will select this, and I will click on save changes, and if I press F12 we're going to see an object here, and in here you can see that we have some bill but also the coordinates of some bill, which is great. Though we see that we have an error here with a resource that we're missing, so let's import that. Let me come here, I will go to the app module, let's come up here, and here below the Leaflet module we're going to import the following. We're going to say import leaflet slash this slash images slash marker shadow.png semicolon here. Let's save, let's come back here, and I will click on here, and as you can see we don't have the error anymore. So now let's continue. Now we're going to work with edit mode, so let's come here and I will say edit 26. We have Agora here, but we also want to have a default location selected, so let's work on that. First we have to come here, I need to go to the models of movie theaters, so I will say movie theaters model, and in here I want to have latitude, which is going to be a number, and longitude is also going to be a number. I will also copy this and paste it here because I want to have a movie theaters DTO, and let me copy this, and I want to go to edit movie theaters class. I want to change this to movie theaters DTO because this is what we're going to get from a database in the future. Now let's say latitude, we're going to say 1, and let me import this, control.import, and now here I will say longitude 1. Of course this is not realistic because I want to come here and get a real place like Agora. I'll click on here. Let me press F12. Let me get the coordinates of Agora, which are these. So let me copy this and I will paste it here. And the same for the longitude. I will copy this and I will paste it here. And that's it. Now I need to be able to do something with this inside of my map component. So let me go to the class of the map component because we need to configure an input. Let's say input here, and I will say initial coordinates, and this is going to be an array of coordinates map. I am creating an array of coordinates because in the future we are going to need an array. So I'll do this right from the beginning. So we have initial coordinates here, and I need the ng on init to translate this coordinates array map into this market array that I have here. I need to do a transformation. So let's come here and I will say these layers equal to these initial coordinates map. I'll say value, lambda expression, marker, and value latitude and value longitude, and semicolon here. And now I need to send these initial coordinates into my component from the movie theaters form component. So let's go there. Let's go to the movie theaters form component, to the class. We are receiving here the model, which is going to be movie theaters DTO. So let's come here and say initial coordinates, which is going to be of type coordinates map, and by default is going to be an empty array. And I will come here and do the transformation. I will say these initial coordinates push, and I will say latitude equal to this model latitude, and longitude this model longitude. And that's it here. Let me copy this and let me go to the template of this component here, and let me say initial coordinates, and that should be it. Let me save everything and let's come here, and as you can see, let me close this. I can refresh, and as you can see, we have this location that I selected just a moment ago marked by default, and also we have Agora here, and of course I can change the location if I want. There is no problem with that. Same for the title of or the name of the movie theater, and I can click on save changes and everything works, which means that now we have finished working with our movie theater form.